military prefect program. Run that ceasefire, a paranoia paradiddle, sympathetic psychic read down, systematic reject rebound. All my friends are trying to kill me, I kinda like it. A revolution failing inside your pocket. Too long for the threshold, too young to die. Stay high, cause you're going down like a fallen idol on the radio. Cat's foot, iron claw, isolation, ideation, Alabama, riptide tango, propaganda, refried Anglo. The challenge stays consistent, the logic screwed and twisted, righteous and wicked. Stop it. Righteous and the wicked are the war and peace. Your will is broken, falling on your knees. All my friends are trying to kill me, I kinda like it. The revolution's failing, it's evolution, baby. Stay high, cause you're going down like a fallen idol on the radio. Stay high, cause you're going down like a branch crashing through the patio. Stay high, cause you're going down.
What's up, idiots? Welcome to the White Hen Presents the PRESSA album release party. I'm Danny O'Dwyer, and I'm here with the band PRESSA. We're going to be playing some tracks from the album, and of course, we'll be doing a Q&A with the band, behind the scenes on the making of the video, and stuff like that. Damn, it's good beer. Fucking Oktoberfest, man. Shit, okay. I introed everything, I think. Right? I teased the Q&A. Okay.
It's going really good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
absolutely.
I thought so too. Yeah, so when you run out of anything, run out to White Hen. I think we want to get the sponsor. Jim, do you have any like particular hen memories that you really like?
It's White Hen is where I used to go take my pennies to buy Bazooka Joe gum, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if they still stock Bazooka Joe, but but White Hen was my go-to.
Yeah, so Jim Gaynor, for those of you just joining us, is a member of the band PRESSA. He's the guitar player and songwriter. Matt Gaynor is also in the band, and he's bass, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Colin Gaynor plays drums, but I don't see him in the chat.
Well, hilariously enough, so you named the three members of the band. The other member of the band is Eric Gaynor. Eric Gaynor just today left Chicago to go move to Denver, Colorado, which is where Colin Gaynor moved in February of 2020. So these cats are technically on the road on their way to Evergreen, Colorado, and they should hopefully be joining us sometime soon.
Okay. Well, this is the album release party, people. I think you wouldn't know that if you know, why the hell else would you be here? But, you know, my producers, let me know to make sure we're all on the same page then, right?
Yeah, I think so, man. You're in charge, dog.
Yeah, we should have tried to make sure Colin Gaynor was on. He's the best looking guy in your band. You should have
I mean, I think as Matt Gaynor continues to come of age, I think we would put him in contention for that personally.
I mean, sure.
McCown will be here later. He'll close the show with his looks.
Good. I mean, I'm secure enough. I could just say he's a good looking dude,
I mean, I think 9 out of 10 heterosexual males would agree with you, man. I mean, have you seen this guy's chin? I've seen my cousin's chin. I fucking know how chiseled that shit is.
If my chin looked better, I probably wouldn't have grown a full beard,
Yeah, but I was telling you before the fucking simulcast, man, that beard is slaying shit. I'm kind of falling in love.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Sure. So the first track we will be previewing is the Masamoon. Is that how you pronounce it?
Masamoon.
Masamoon.
Yeah.
So it has a very Motley Crue Shout at the Devil feel to it. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but I like that. So I think that's a classic album. They don't do that enough anymore with albums starting with a spooky voice, like telling you stuff like that. And air raid sirens need to come back. Like that's what people want.
War Pig style.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, man, to be completely honest with you, Home Sweet Home by Crew was one of the main inspirations on this record. I think Matt would agree. We listened to a lot of Dr. Feelgood coming into this record for sure.
Excellent. So tell me, 1991, aka Brian the Sky, did some of the intro. How did that come about? Tell me about your process.
I will say confidently that was Colin's idea, honestly. Basically, the short story of this song goes as follows. Our cousin Colin, he came to us one day and was like, hey, man, I bought this instrument called an Artiphone on Kickstarter. That's ARTIFONE, I'm pretty sure. And pretty much the thing is just like a synthesizer, but it looks like the fretboard of a guitar if it was made out of plastic and rubber. And all of us were just like, okay, Colin, whatever. We play stringed instruments, whatever. And so he got this fucking thing, and you hear it throughout all the record. And the first night we were jamming with it, Matt Gaynor, who you see here, he picked the shit up, and he laid down the foundation of the song. Those main two notes that you hear, Matt laid down. So then our brother Eric came in, jammed some guitar. I came in, jammed some guitar. Colin came in, jammed some drums. We cut a demo. And then Colin and I kind of like structured it into a song. I called this song the Masamune because I had just got done playing Chrono Trigger for SNES for the first time in my life, which is a favorite game of my brother Matt's. Great. And I named all the characters named on people in my life, and then the story just kind of. Actually, Matt, who's the character who's in 10,000 BC?
The prehistoric chick.
Yeah, what's her name? Do you remember?
Ayla or something like that.
Yeah, it is Ayla.
Ayla or something like that. Yeah.
I named her Melanie, actually, for Melanie Ramsay Murphy here. And I named the character Frog Matt because Matt's favorite character is Frog. Frog comes into his own when he finally finds the sword, the Masamune. So I called it the Masamune in tribute to my brother Matt. And then Eric took that song and wrote my favorite lyrics on the record, the verses to the song, because he was actually playing Final Fantasy 1 for NES for the first time on my recommendation, and all the imagery comes from that. So this is our Final Fantasy song, and he had the lyrics for the second part of the song. The first part of the song, we didn't know what to do. And so Colin had this idea, maybe we get somebody like talking some shit, maybe we do like a talking thing. And we had tried some stuff out, and then he was like, dude, let's get Brian Sky to do it. So what you hear Brian Sky reading is the end credits of Final Fantasy 1 for NES when you beat it. And it was the first song that we all came up with that all four of us liked. And that's the story of the Masamune.
Interesting. Oh, go ahead. Matt,
what were you going to say?
No, I was just agreeing with you and saying hell yeah and cheers.
Okay. I didn't mean to step on you right there. Do you find it interesting that it's called the Final Fantasy, but there have been like 17 of them? You would think that one would be the Final Fantasy. Like, it's like
a little Japanese RPG history for you. This was Squaresoft's final game. This was the last game they were going to make before they went bankrupt, and then it turned out to be a hit. So that's why it's called Final Fantasy. And then every Final Fantasy after that has been false advertising.
Okay. It's kind of like I've been to at least 2 Black Sabbath, like This Is It tour.
I was with you on one of those, yeah.
I know. I've been to at least 2. Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that. I think you're on the starting line in my copy of NHL 1996 for my hockey team that I made.
Great. I hope I beat the fuck out of Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, well.
Clustercuss, is it cool to say fuck? All right, I'm going to keep saying fuck then.
We say things like pussy?
Yeah, pussy fuck.
Okay.
Anyway.
Press A.
Yeah, right.
Matt, can you like give us like some of your thoughts on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? Like, just off your head. No, I'm kidding. That's
PRESSA has a very strong political affiliation when it comes to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
So I think we should probably listen to that we're just talking about. These people are like, they keep talking about it and I want to fucking hear it. So let's do that.
Do it, man.
Garland's hatred burned for 2,000 years. That hatred led the 4 powers to this world. Chaos was created from those 4. Evil dominated the world and covered it in darkness. But it is over now. Wrong has been set right. The Light Warriors are returning, and the 4 choose to become one force and fight against those forces that would set darkness upon the world. When the 4 return, it will be to their past. All signs of the battle with the evil will be erased, but the legend will live on, passed down by the dwarves, the elves, and the dragons. The Light Warriors return from their journey back in time 2,000 years. The memories stored deep in their hearts will protect the world. Never forget the good and true. Never turn to the 4 powers of the dark side. And truth will always live in the hearts of the
Are they producing for you?
So far, so good.
Cool. Coming back.
All right. Well, I think we're all completely blown away now. You guys just heard, the opening track of the album. I think it's a good, strong opening.
Thanks, dog.
Yeah, like I said, I really like. You build up to it and then you just kick it off. What do you think, Matt? I haven't heard much from you.
I love this track, and it was like Jimmy was saying, the beginning needed something, and then the first time I heard 91 in the beginning, I laughed the whole time because it couldn't have been more perfect. He sets a perfect tone for what is coming next.
Yeah. So I think in a few minutes we're going to be listening to the title track of the album, that's the name of it.
It's called title track. Yeah.
Yeah, that's clever, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. I came into the studio one day, and Colin was like, "Check out this foundation of this song that I came up with," which is basically the foundation of the song you'll hear, and then I just wrote like a goofy ass verse to it that just kind of came to me, and it had Colin and I just like laughing our asses off, and I was like, "This is title track. This is the title track. This is the title track to the song," because you got to understand, everybody, all of you. This band started in June of 2016. We literally wrote and recorded this record for 4 years. And so like when title track happened, it was just so goddamn funny to me and Colin. Like it was just going to be the goofiest song on the shit. And then we ended up fleshing it out and stuff. So yeah, we called it title track because at the time it was the most ridiculous song that we had come up with, pretty much. And for whatever reason, man, like you get that RoboCop clip at the end. I don't know why that imagery came into this song, but it just did. And I think it fits it really well.
Yeah, a statement on our times, just like RoboCop.
Just like RoboCop.
The dystopian future, which reflects poorly on the present.
Especially in Detroit.
And this was a track where I'll never forget hearing it for the first time because we just came into practice and Colin and Jimmy were like, "Hey, let us show you something real quick." And then the first 3 notes that happened, I lost my mind because it sounds different than most of the record. And also fun fact, it's the only it's minor, but it's the only vocals I have on the whole record. It's in title track.
That is correct. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that everyone had their voice on the record. So you hear Matt's voice on this and you heard Eric's voice in part two.
Yeah. So we're going to play it in a second, but I wanted you, we're not going to be playing it tonight, but you should check out all the tracks on the album. And when I was listening to it, Nothing for Money, I just got to say, Jim, it's kind of a take on Money for Nothing a little bit. Are you going to do a take on the Sultans of Swing on your next record, perhaps?
Spoilers, yes. It's going to be called the Sultans of Bebop. Okay. And it's basically a tribute to Mark Knopfler, but it's also a tribute to the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Hey, you should also maybe do a like a song with the word Rocksteady in the title to like kind of balance it out,
That's a good call.
Steady.
We got one called Bebop Rocksteady.
All right. Yeah, dude. I love Elise, but she doesn't know the difference between Rocksteady and ska, so whatever. So I think it's about time we listen to the title track. That's, again, the name of it. If you go looking for this, the album doesn't have a title, does it?
It does. So the band is called PRESSA, and the album is called PRESSA. So it's not our self-titled record. It's PRESSA. Because the whole fucking thing of PRESSA, in tribute to our dear friend Trevor, basically, like when you're playing Mario Party, you got to press A a lot to continue the game.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, just press A.
Just press A, motherfucker. Jesus Christ, it's your turn to press A. Press A. Let's go. Let's go. That's what press A means. It's like, let's go. And so press A. And we're working on our second record, which is going to be called Press A. So this record is Press A's Press A. And then the next record is going to be Press A's, Press A, Press A.
That's good, man. I'm glad we explored that. Perhaps you should have started one with like up, and you could do up, up, down. Like you could do a whole the Konami code throughout your album releases. But
well, if you play a couple of these songs backwards, you actually hear the Konami code. But that'll be for people to discover.
Yeah, you guys, lots of you in this one. So I think we'll listen to the title track now.
Sounds great.
It's away, boys.
Fucking A. We're live, right?
Okay, well, we are live, and you just heard title track off of Press A's debut release, Press A. Not self-titled, it's Press A, Press A. And yeah, so I'm sure your socks have all been sufficiently rocked off. I know mine are. And yeah, cool. I think I'm glad everyone got to hear that. I know I was excited to hear it. And so now, unless I'm mistaken, we're probably going to get to the behind the scenes of the video for CARCOSASHORE. So before we get to, Matt Berling and Melanie are going to take over, who kind of made the video. But just, Jim, any thoughts on it before we kick it over?
You know, Dan, you and I have done a lot of video shoots together over the last 20 years. And we've done a lot. And I have to say that the video shoot for CARCOSASHORE had the lowest quotient of bullshit of any shoot I have ever been on in my entire life. Like, and you know what I mean? Like shoot equals bullshit a lot of the time.
Right, because you can't really count the one where we just got drunk in Matt's bedroom while you smoked cigarettes.
Do you mean the second best video we ever made?
Right. Thoughts on
Continue.
Jim, I'm sorry, you weren't done. Continue. Speak on that.
I'm just saying, man, like we basically we finished the record, right? It took us a long time to do. And when it was finished, our brother Eric was like, we need to do a music video. Let's do it for Carcosa. CARCOSASHORE is in a way an allusion to the first episode of True Detective. It's what the song was named on. Because that's the thing about Press A. A lot of times they come up with some shit, and then we just like put a fucking title on the demo that we record, right? So Colin called this one CARCOSASHORE because he had just got done watching the first season of True Detective for the first time, which is one of the greatest fucking serials ever. Fucking A. And so Eric was like, let's just do our own thing at True Detective. Colin moves to Colorado in February of 2020. In October of 2020, Colin says, hey, man, I'm going to be in town for like a week. If we're going to start shooting a music video, get me in it and let's start, right? So we went to Melanie, and Melanie basically was like, don't worry, I'm going to make the best music video that any of us have ever been a part of in our lives.
Oh,
We were
shit,
like,
though.
all right, fine. You know what I mean? And a big part of how she did that was she fucking enlisted Matt Berling to shoot the shit. And I'm telling you, Dan, I'm telling you, these two people running a shoot, we fucking got everything done. We got more done than we needed to. And this is, I can say humbly, the best fucking video I've ever been a part of. That's my word on CARCOSASHORE video.
There we go. Matt, thoughts?
Yeah, it was yeah, it was absolutely fantastic, and all the ideas that came together were great, and all of the shots and there's a big you'll notice in the video there's a big sheet that Melanie made with a couple lyrics on it, and that's hanging up in our studio because I couldn't believe the outcome. To make Crestwood, Illinois look like Louisiana is unbelievable.
Right. And the part of the story that I forgot is Colin was in town for 1 week in October of 2020. And so we shot for 1 day with him being in there, and we got all this stuff. And we looked at it and we were like, oh my God, Melanie and Matt really fucking know what they're doing. And so, dude, we shot this directly in the middle of the COVID-19 lockdown, man, in 2020. Well, not in the middle, towards the end. But we had like 3 more shoot days after Colin left, maybe 4. I don't know. They'll tell you. And somehow we fucking got it all, and you're going to see what you see.
All right. Well, Jim and Matt, we'll get back to you guys in just a couple of minutes. But let's talk to the creative minds behind the video. Okay.
Oh, hey, I should unmute myself.
I even texted you in the chat to unmute.
Oh my God. I have a lot of things going on. We've got Twitch happening. We've got Zoom happening.
Melanie Ramsay Murphy.
Here. Hi.
So many screens going on.
Yeah, I remember to intro you guys and everything. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. The beauty of like live streaming is just kind of everything happens at once. You're doing a great job. Thanks for that lovely intro.
Yeah. So I don't think I've seen you since you worked at Suncoast Video. How have you been?
That question's for Matt for sure.
It's been a while. That was the best job I ever had in my entire life. And if anybody's watching from my current job right now, I include my current job as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nothing can compare with Suncoast Video. Was it in a mall?
Yeah,
It wasn't the only
kidding
mall.
ourselves on this one. Suncoast Video, all the kids out there. Suncoast Video was a store in the mall. The mall is a place that has a bunch of stores that you go to and shop. And yeah, you bought VHS there. You bought DVDs. VHS are tapes. Anyway, that bit's run too long.
Yeah.
So Melanie, you want to tell us a little bit about how you got me involved in this and how this video came to be?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to. I think this is my best recollection of it, which is Clustercuss put out Boat Patrol in January of last year, which Jimmy and I and Matt Gaynor wrote and Clustercuss produced. And you saw that video and you were like, this is ridiculous. Let me know when you're doing your next thing. And so then when Jimmy and PRESSA wrote this record, I was pretty sure that was going to be our next thing. And yeah, I was dying to get you to work on something with us and you agreed. So we tricked you. I think that's how it went.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me the song and I was like, I was a little hesitant before I heard the actual song. And then I heard the song and I was like blown away by it. And I was like, I gotta do something with this because this could be really cool. And yeah, so I mean, I think going into it, you guys said it was a pretty easy shoot. I think what sort of set the tone, Melanie said, like, we're all just gonna have fun. Like, we're gonna just go in there, have fun, no worries, no stress. And I mean, it's the least stressful set I've ever been on. And I kind of want to give a shout out to like the art direction and the set design of the whole thing. I think was that Kim that put together a lot of stuff, or who put?
Yeah, it's definitely a team effort. Yeah, Kim and Medley put together almost all of the set design for all the indoor stuff. So we actually have some graphics that show this. So that's a great transition. That's so funny. Of some of the sets, because we were trying to match the look and feel of season 1 of True Detective, which is a difficult feat when you have like an HBO budget versus our budget, which was like my piggy bank, and all of us scrapping together some things. But yeah, those sets that we built in an undisclosed warehouse location in Alsep that matched the show as much as possible. Yeah, Kim and Medley from Clustercuss, I gave them photographs just like on my phone of this is what this shot looked like, this is what this shot looked like. And at that point, Matt and I went to another part of the warehouse to shoot something, and we came back and those sets were done and they looked incredible and like were really easy to step into. It was difficult to find places where we could shoot during COVID. I think that's something now we kind of forget. This was October, November, December we shot this, when we weren't really allowed to be anywhere. We couldn't rent anything out. So we kind of had to be creative in what we made and just sort of like what we were going to try to recreate,
I gotta say, two of the most like exciting moments of my creative life of my life is the 2 days walking onto set of this video and seeing what Clustercuss put together, man. There was the forest day where they put together the fucking murder scene, and then there was the warehouse day where they put together the fucking Rust's dungeon, essentially his lockout space. And holy shit, man, I gotta tell you, just walking into a place and being like, oh my God, I'm on set, was so fucking exciting. Like, you guys did such an amazing, amazing job setting the design of these scenes. I can't even fucking tell you.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to show, we'll start with this one. So these are some graphics that we made. Oh, yeah, we'll start with the preacher tents. We're talking about Colin the first day.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad these worked out. Yeah. So again, COVID, can't be anywhere. We wanted to recreate this scene and the shot. We had Colin for about 3 hours. And we had to shoot like 3 different setups with him. And so what can we do? We can make a big sheet. So I hand painted this. And Berling got those amazing lights that looked really damn close. And we shot this in the garage. Yeah, I mean, just even deciding, like Jimmy was saying that, we had Colin for 1 day, and that sort of started everything in motion. It was like, what can we get with him? What is the scope of, his role going to be, so we can get what we needed with him? And then that was just like domino effect, snowball for the rest of the stuff we shot. So this first day really set the tone, I felt like, for our possibilities for the other stuff we shot. And the things in the woods, so Clustercuss was shooting another special at that. We had shot a few pieces during COVID in those woods, and I was walking around there all the time myself. And Kim was actually the one that found that final scene where it's like it almost looks like a campfire graveyard where the Yellow King's body is. Like, I walk past all the time. She's like, what about this sacrificial thing? I'm like, that's perfect. Like, yeah, everyone had amazing ideas. And like I said, contributed so much to this. So here's the preacher one. I don't know which one they're going to show me next, but you guys can move on to the next one, I guess.
Well, and just really quick with this, just with the preacher one really quick, because we basically, that was the first thing we did. And, Jesus Christ, man, there's those scenes in the video where me and Matt as Rust and Marty are like interrogating Colin, and the way Matt Berling made it look like we were in a void of nothingness. Like, when we saw the footage of that interrogation scene and what it all looked like, we were like, oh my God, this is going to be a fucking awesome music video.
Yeah,
that was like that. Yeah, dude, that was the first footage we got back where we were like, holy fuck, we're in some real shit.
And shouts out to Melanie's neighbor for letting us use his bar basement to shoot.
Yeah, word. Bud Light Bob, God bless him.
Bud Light Bob, yeah.
This shot that they're showing right now, oh, the shot before that where they were showing the, that one. That's like, I walked into that and I had seen the still frame beforehand. And then I saw what what they had done, and I was like, this is exactly the same. Like, how did you guys do this? They brought the computer monitor in, and again, like anybody that's listening, this is like done on zero budget, like literally
Absolutely.
zero budget. So I mean, what was done with nothing was pretty incredible, and that's the type of people I want to work with, is people that just like do it for the love of it, and can do incredible things with no money. It's pretty.
I didn't want to derail things too much, but my scene got cut. The Dardario character, and it was a very tasteful but graphic scene where Matt, fucks me, and I off, and my boobs are huge, and like, it's cool that you guys cut it. I know why you did.
For time. It was only for time. You understand.
It was too sexy, Dan. It was just so distracting.
That's usually what people say about me. Too sexy. They're like,
Your wife was worried. She was like, he's gonna be all over the place with these girls calling him. I was like, I understand.
Yeah, there were a lot of takes.
Dude, your tits just look so good in frame. Like, it was just gonna be distracting to the whole video.
I kept getting a boner while we were shooting it. It was crazy.
Right. This man's got to do his job.
Yeah.
Same.
No, the video, as someone who didn't work on it, I was really impressed with how it looked. It looked really cool. I didn't know what the budget was when I saw it, but I know you guys, and I was like, well, unless, someone, if Jim was related to someone famous who died, I know about what it cost. So like, I was really impressed with how it looked and everything. And, the way it ties into the first season of True Detective, which is something that a show that I think is more prescient now than ever. Well, the first season anyway, which is the one that
first season
touchstone. Because like, since that show's been on, everyone's been Epstein pilled. Like, everyone knows that the people who run this country really are like that. They really like are
fucking right
individuals. And I don't want to get too far off the rails. There's a lot of things you could Google. And I don't want to get people too conspiracy minded, but it's like, it's very much, it was like, I kind of like, it's even more in the zeitgeist, and that all that QAnon stuff, though it's not true, is like the same kind of thing. So I think it's very interesting, and like, I think it's a good time to remind people that the first season of True Detective was really good.
Fucking A, man. Yeah, dude. If you have a super church, if you have a mega church somewhere, somebody's getting raped on camera.
Jeez. So Matt, I understand. Oh boy. You built some different camera rigs for the shoot. Different camera rigs. Oh damn! Yeah, there's the graphic.
Hey man, he built a lot of amazing things. Again,
the homie built shit. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking
Fantastic.
of no budget, like, I don't even want to speak for you, Matt, but like, you were like, yeah, I watched some YouTube videos and threw some shit together. Like, but please talk about them, because you did. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I've made my entire career off learning off of YouTube. So basically, I just kind of, they're talking about the car rig that we did for some of the shots with Matt and Jim. And yeah, I don't know. That's what I find fun about the whole process, is just like figuring stuff out and like making rigs and, doing stuff for super cheap. Because I really believe that, the cost of like even indie movies is super inflated. And I think that you can make something really cool for, $0 to $500. Like, as long as it's interesting, like, people are going to be into it. So yeah, we made the car rig, and we did some drone shots. Melanie, I remember Melanie was driving me around in the car, and I was controlling the drone, and we were kind of just driving along Southwest Highway for some of the shots. And I think, it all came out pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they spend so much time in the car in that show and have so many conversations in the car. So, when I was thinking about it, I was like, again, no dialogue, it's music video. I'm like, but we need to see him in the car. how do we want to see him in the car? And it's like, as long as it looks pretty, I think that's all we can ask for those shots. So, I mean, that was something, again, we did kind of just like last minute. I think that was the last day when we shot the drone stuff and the car stuff. And I think it just really adds to it though. Like all of the reflections of like the forest and the trees that gloss off of the top of that, off of like the front windshield. Like, I think that stuff looks good and it really adds to like looking so much like the show. I mean, you guys just turned into like Marty and Rust in those suits and those cars for sure.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, the interview footage of Matt and I is like, it's just my favorite stuff I've ever been a part of. Like, I can't believe how close you guys got to making me and Matt look like fucking Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, man.
For real.
I can't fucking believe it, man. I can't believe it.
there's some
I mean, you
soft
guys
shots
sold
of
it.
him that-
Like the performances were great. You guys like definitely did your homework and like came correct and like came in the mindset of both of those guys, which is not easy again to do.
Jim was really method with it. Like he drank, what did you drink? 36 beers?
For the interview scene, it is the only time in my life I've been shithouse drunk. Yeah, on a movie set, absolutely, absolutely. And fucking, hey, you were there, dude. Melanie hit me with the fucking final like speech. You know what I mean? And like she's like, okay,
private.
dude, she's like, I'm gonna make you get emotional real quick. And fucking, dude, yeah, it's the only time I've ever been method in my entire life. I got really drunk and really sad shooting that stuff.
I was never going to tell anyone that. There was only the three of us in that room. It was going to stay there. But yeah, I read Jimmy a really sad, I like joked with him that I was going to like fuck with him. I was like, I'm going to shoot blanks at you like Oliver Stone style. So he's like on his feet waiting for something crazy. And I just read him a really like sincere friendship letter to just get that last little bit out of him. So
it was a true art moment, homie. Like you got it out of me, dude. It totally worked. That's why you're a fucking director. Melanie Ramsay fucking Murphy directed this video.
Movie magic, folks. Is there anything they can't do? Those Hollywood types in Chicago.
All right. I think we should hear and start talking about another song or something.
Talking about low latency.
More party.
Yeah, I'm partying.
The song.
Are you guys gonna play the video?
The song made it. Actually, we are not going to play the video. We're not going to play Carcosa or Driving because people can go and watch those and they're out.
Yeah,
and we will have
YouTube.com.
Yeah.
You hit up the YouTubes. We will, Clustercuss will put that in the chat, links to everything so people can watch.
Yeah, and like, do not leave the show to watch the video, okay?
Right.
I'm excited about it. You just wait a few minutes. We'll be done soon. Okay? So,
I've got exciting news that the other two members of PRESSA, Colin Gaynor and Eric Gaynor, should be joining us after we hear the next
they'll
song.
be joining us after the next song. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about low latency.
Low latency. I don't know, man. It was one of the last songs we did for the record. Because, like, basically, we wrote a chunk of songs from 2016 to 2018. And then in 2018, we were like, shit, okay, we need to like do a record, right? So then a few more songs got added. Low latency was something that I just kind of had kicking around in the back of my head. And then I just went into our studio and demoed it one day and showed it to the band and was like, how about this song? And they were like, yeah, let's do that. You know what I mean? And then we threw it down, you know? I don't know, man. Dan, you and me had a great talk about this not too long ago, where I think I had that much of an ego problem when I was in my 20s. And, you know, when you get older and you eat a ton of shit out of several bags, you realize that you're really not that fucking great. So, like, I, at the time, was watching other sort of compatriots of mine going for it and doing their music and doing their thing and thinking they were really fucking special. And just like, I don't know, man. You go from thinking you're special to eating 3 bags of shit and realizing nobody's special. And I wrote a song about it. It's kind of how it went down.
Yeah. Well, I think that's Matt. Any additional thoughts?
No, bags of shit sounds about right.
Yeah, go
Well,
back.
and Matt, how was it for you recording the bass on this one, man? Like, because this is one of the harder bass parts we threw at you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you brought the song. You were like, here's how it goes. It's like, all right, cool. And then you're like, but at this part, this thing happens, and it's the hardest. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to learn and try to record and make sure I hit it the whole time. So thanks, I guess.
Hey, man, thanks for hitting it.
All right, so I think we're ready to kick it to the song, right?
Can't believe all the money I've spent. I invest in the future, but I still can't pay my rent. All my life, all I wanted to do was stay high on the couch and get rich with rock and romance. You're not through with the past, it comes back again. Your achievements just become memory. You exist mostly as low latency. You're the reason for everything that you've done. Pay no mind to my dirty old clothes. Take my advice and then put it straight up your nose. All my life, all I wanted to do was be right all the time and say fuck that, cause I'll never change. 10 years gone, now I'm acting strange. Your achievements just become memory. You exist mostly as low latency. You're the problem behind everything you've done. Behind everything you've done. You're not special. You just found your thing. You're not special. You're just another little screen. You're not special. You just have your thing. You're not special. And you won't know what I mean.
Minute 201. All right, guys, we're back. That was a little latency. I'm sure you guys all fucking enjoyed it. I know I did. And we are joined by the other two members of PRESSA,
Hey,
and Colin Gainer.
Hey, hey.
You guys are back in Colorado now?
Yep. It's been a long day, but it's all good. Sorry we were late.
No, that's fucking cool. Shit happens. All right, so we've got some more questions and answers. Well, you guys, your answers. Don't ask questions, guys. You guys are part of that.
What's the best Halloween?
What?
What's the best Halloween?
3, boom, Season of the Witch.
Oh, Season of the Witch, for sure, man.
Yeah, really, where you at?
3 more days till Halloween.
It's good. All right, so Foxy Grandpa 420 says, "Hey Gainers, are you going to release this album on Apple or Spotify?"
Yes.
That's good
Next
enough.
question.
Eric Gainer, will you tell us where everywhere they can find our record will be tomorrow?
Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer. That's
Dude, for all our Deezer users out there.
Dude,
and a ton more. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but a bunch.
Yeah, word. And we still we have to upload them separately to Bandcamp and SoundCloud and shit still, I think. But yeah, we're doing all that.
Okay.
SoundCloud's gonna go live tomorrow.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. So basically, wherever finer records are sold.
Yeah, man, your Coconuts, your Sam Goody, your Virgin Megastore, it'll all be in there.
We were originally going to do this whole show at Tower Records, and then I found out it doesn't exist anymore. So
that almost made us have to reschedule. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Whitehead came through. They set up the Twitch stream, and it's if you want a fresh cup of coffee or the new fresh deli section, run out to Whitehead, guys. Just run out to Whitehead.
Yeah, Eric and Colin, if you don't know, the sponsor tonight is Whitehead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm aware. Yeah, we're listening.
Okay.
Thank you, Whitehead.
So
coming in clutch again, Whitehead.
So it's you just search like PRESSA or PRESSA the band or something on Spotify and stuff. Like what should people be Googling?
At PRESSA band. One
Okay.
word.
All right, and there'll be you can be tweeting out the links and such as well.
Correct.
So, all right. Mellow Landings 1, where can we buy the album? Covered. And then Mellow Landings 1, it's official. Daniel Dwyer's the Ted Koppel of Twitch. What? That's okay. Yeah, all right.
Oh, this man's the Casey Kasem of Twitch. What are you talking about? Dan, if you were to take Twitch, what famous voice personality would you take over?
I'd love to be Wolfman Jack.
The Wolfman Jack at Twitch?
Yeah.
I'll work on that t-shirt.
All right. Gaming Doomball ballad. I almost said Gaming Doomball ad because I'm just reading this. I think most of us here have seen the mountains moved by the homies. That's a nice compliment. And then it also says, "Tell me you can't see Mitch McConnell doing sinisterly. There's just so much good killing down there." Sinister stuff. And then someone said that their new band's name, Juice CD, is the new band's name is Dan's Tits. So
Yeah.
No, it's the Four Stooges.
I'm glad as a Twitch stream we're changing the world.
It's the whole point. Press A.
Yeah, done 1 times 3 says, "Y'all ever just realized your toes been tapping for like 3 minutes straight?" So that's good, man. People are digging the music. So unless I'm mistaken something, we're probably gonna play Entitled in just a minute here, or part of Entitled. And I just want to get your guys' thoughts on that round table discussion.
The way this song came to be was because like I said, we started in June of 2016, and somewhere in the winter of 2016 we were fucking going up to the studio 2-3 times a week just to work on stuff. And there was one practice where Matt just had this fucking riff, and Colin kind of started laying a structure to it on the drums, and for all intents and purposes Matt and Colin just laid out this whole fucking song. And then I don't know, I wrote a bunch of lyrics where I was basically mad at my brother, and fucking like and I don't know, mad at myself from back in the day, you know what I mean, for thinking I was worth a shit. And I just like, yeah, no shit. I don't know, man. I spent my 20s, and I think everyone on this fucking chat right now on this stream spent their 20s surrounded by artistic types who really thought they were fucking important and really fucking thought that they were the next thing. You know what I mean? And so we wrote a song about how you're not the fucking next thing and how you should learn how to eat your own shit and learn how to fucking relax, and you're no better than anybody.
Sure.
And so the song's called Entitled, because stop being entitled.
It's just more bags of shit, you know?
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's what's so weird about this live stream is the whole record is about us eating bags of shit. So it's like, it's been weird to talk about, you know?
But then Final Fantasy's cool. It's like it's eat shit and Final Fantasy's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much PRESSA.
Yeah,
exactly.
sounds about right.
Exactly.
PRESSA.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready with the song, people?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I fuck things up again. Can't find my car, let me say it again. I fuck things up again. It's gotta be a learned response. I got too drunk again. I hate my job and I'm going again. I got too drunk and it's someone else's fault. I know it ain't my fault, cause it's been like this before. I can't keep up again. I need more allowance, would you be my friend? Just a little bit more time. Someone played me low. They didn't see my show. No one will help me. Where's my fame? Where's my fame? Who's to blame? Where's my brain? Where's my waitress? All insane. I lost control again. That old V blues got me crying again. I need $10, but I swear it's not my fault. I know it ain't my fault, cause they've lied to me before. I fucked things up again. I just woke up and I don't know where I am again. I can't seem to find the words again, man. It ain't my fault, cause I got screwed again. My friends got signed.
All right. In the chat, Dr. Yesterday says the best Halloween is Rob Zombie's second one. This is not true. Zombie's second one isn't even as good as Rob Zombie's first one, which also wasn't very good. So for me, the order is the original, then I like the reboot, I like number 2, maybe 3 or 4 is next, then 5, then probably 6, then Resurrection, and then the Rob Zombie movies.
Which one was the Paul Rudd one?
That is Halloween 6.
You're right.
That movie fucking sucks.
The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah, there's 2 completely different cuts of that movie that have 45 minutes of different footage. The other one is like very good, but I like the producer's cut better. So
Is Resurrection the one with Busta Rhymes?
yes, which was because I rewatched all those last year. That one holds up a lot better than I thought it did. And
Really?
what I'm talking about here, the Halloween sequels. So, we just listened to Entitled, and I think everyone really enjoyed it. You guys have any additional thoughts about that song now that everyone's heard it?
Colin and Eric, I throw it to you, fellas.
The guitar solo on that one I love. It was, yeah, I mean, Matt basically, like they said, I walked in the studio and Matt had it written. So that song came together so easy. I think that was probably one of the easiest songs we wrote on that album. It was pretty much ready from the start.
All right. Well, that's it, people. I mean, it was supposed to go till 9. It's 9:03 now, so we're going to start wrapping this shit up. Anything else to... So, obviously, number one thing we're here to promote. PRESSA, band, self-titled album, PRESSA. not just self-titled, because you got to keep pressing it, everybody.
Thank you.
Check it out. Check out the music videos. Check out particularly CARCOSASHORE. There's also the Driving in the Woods at Night. Are there any other music videos coming out, guys?
Well, Colin, is there another music video coming up?
Yeah, there is the video for title track that will be coming out. It is going to be a smorgasbord of references, referential rock references, and a bunch of childhood shout outs. That should be coming out once we all approve of the final copy, but it's pretty much there. So look for that on your Tower Records subscription in Columbia House. And,
Exactly. BMG.
Yeah.
The VHS trading network, alive and well, as I'm sure you all well know. What else is going on, guys? Like, what other shit do people know about?
We're already starting to work on another album. I'm excited. It's going to be, I think Jim said a bunch of times that this first album started in 2016 and kind of just worked its way. I mean, we wrote it all ourselves. We recorded it all ourselves with pretty basic equipment. So we're really proud of what we learned, and we're going to take all that to the new album. And I think the coolest part about this new project is it's going to be recorded in one part of the country and passed back to the other part of the country and back and forth until it's done. And then we'll probably just take a day out here and either record it live at a studio or master it at a studio if we can do it the right way. But I'm already excited. These guys will be on board with ideas and everything. So it's been awesome. I can't wait to make more music with these guys.
Yeah.
Here, my man.
The production quality is really good on this too. I gotta compliment you guys. So some of you people at home might be sitting there like, is this gonna sound like shit or something? We've heard some songs already, but it doesn't sound like, because there's some great like punk bands from the 80s where their album just sounds like it was recorded in a bathroom. It's
like Fear. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're really proud of it. We recorded it on 2 microphones. We were beyond impressed. We always joked that this was a complete project that we were going to just demo and keep to ourselves, and the fact that we're all releasing it to our friends and family and the public is much larger of a result than we ever thought we would have. So I think hearing it from you guys that it sounds good is the best thing we can hear from you.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, this is a few years in the making. So you guys start recording, you're really excited because you guys all just voted for Donald Trump. You maybe change your mind a little bit,
Right. And the son of a bitch is going to be humble about it, but like this record was really produced by Colin Gaynor, you know what I mean? And we fucking just like figured out how to make stuff work in our lockout space, which is now condemned. The record the building that this record was recorded in is now condemned. You're not allowed in there anymore.
It's 3 different studio rooms this album was recorded in.
Yeah, that's also true. True. But yeah, man, just like looking up on the internet and being smart, you can figure out how to do shit.
Yeah, YouTube videos, kids. That's where it's at. You'll be a rock star.
You can get into that building still, I bet. I bet they don't really like monitor it too much. So if anyone out there wants to record an album, we are not responsible for your safety. If you very clear, I'm not telling you maybe you should go in there and steal the copper. I would never suggest that, but it's a good way to make money. But I would never condone that kind of thing.
Good way to make money, especially if you have a crack cocaine habit.
Right. If you're trying to record an album, hey, take all the copper out of the walls. That's another, $200 back into the band, into the recording.
Oh shit! Real quick shout out to AIG223. Stay away from the trees. I know that's you, Ariana. I love you, homie. We will do our best to stay away from the trees.
Actually, the Not by the Trees originator is on the stream listening right now. Carol Gaynor.
Oh, okay. Everybody, Carol Gaynor, give it up.
Shouts out, Carol.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and just general thank you for anybody who listens to the album and gives any feedback. It's just making this record was because we've all been playing music together since we were kids, and our family's been playing music. And me being the youngest of them, I've waited a long time to make this record, so it would mean a lot to whoever listens to it.
Yeah, same here, man. It's been great.
Knob Turner, I see you. I fucking love you, homie. That's our boy Brian Fox. Thank you, man. I'm glad you got to hear it and shit. I fucking miss you, man.
Brian.
Yeah, Fox, hell yeah.
It's our fucking boy. I don't know, man. Do you guys want to keep hanging out and drinking, or do we have to shut this off?
We have to shut it off. You know.
Mom's kicking us out or what?
Yeah, no. No,
I guess it's on Clustercuss ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, they said, you know.
Yeah. How long does White Hen have it scheduled for?
Dude, 24 hours, dog.
24 hours.
All right, let's kill it. Let's kill it.
Yeah, well, just real quick, you know, I went to the White Hen and All Sip one time, and there was a note on the counter. It said, if you don't get a receipt, you get a free prize. I was like, hey, man, you give me a receipt. He's like, oh, shit. He's like, well, I don't even know what that is. Like, oh, okay. So I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think they do that anymore.
Dude, so are you saying that our sponsor, White Hen, ripped you off one time?
Up and up
This is all going to hell.
They have a partnership with Clustercuss Entertainment and the PRESSA band, and you know, I'm just happy to be on the team now. Just happy to be on the team.
We're happy to have you, dog.
You know, I talked to the woman at HR at White Hen, and I think this is kind of her way of making up for the receipt thing. I kind of called them about it recently, and we got to talking. That's kind of how this thing started. Like, I don't want to bore everyone with the details, but like basically, yeah, it's like kind of a, you know, White Hen's looking to get back into the market, and they're looking to do it through releasing an album.
Yeah, right. It started tonight, man. White Hen starts their Phoenix Ascension back to the top tonight, baby.
Anything else you guys want to plug or talk about real quick? Eric, you haven't really said much. Anything you want to say?
It's the best piece of music I've ever been a part of. I'm excited to listen to it, man.
All right. If you enjoy my hosting here, I've got a podcast, Graveyard Smash. Haven't put out an episode in a while because I have 2 kids now. So thank you very much to my wife and kids for letting me do it and not.
Oh yeah! Shout out to the girls.
And you know, Elise taking care of the kids so I could do this. Shouts out a million times over.
Fuck yeah!
Thank you for you guys for asking me to host. Thank you, Melanie, Matt Berling for coming on. They were on earlier. Thank you to everyone at the Clustercuss team.
Yeah, thank you, Clustercuss.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much for having me host. I'm more than happy to be a part of it. So I think that kind of wraps things up.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
All right, man. Everybody look for PRESSA, March 2025.
Yep.
If you run out of anything, run out to White Hen.
Right. Shop smart. Shop White Hen. All right, fucking. We throw it to you, Kim. We out.